Hey guys, what's up? It's Matt in Japan coming at you today with Transformers Earthrise War for Cybertron Cliffjumper. And I was very much on the fence about this guy for a couple of reasons. I easily give into buying Transformers these days, but I wasn't really going to pick this guy up and just on a whim decided to get him. He's pretty cool. There are a few kind of nitpicky things I want to cover. But other than that, yeah, as a whole, he's really cool. So first and foremost, let's just take a look at the packaging. I already have him opened up. Obviously, there he is, Cliffjumper. Run-of-the-mill packaging. The artwork is really cool. Very reminiscent of the G1 artwork there. Sorry, not of the G1 artwork, of the G1 representation. And the artwork is really nice. And he is a deluxe class. When he came in the packaging, I'm sure you guys have seen him, but he basically floats inside the packaging. He's one of those deluxe classes, if you know what I mean. And on the side, you have the Earthrise art. On the back, you have the product shot of him. There he is. He does have, there are kind of many configurations you can do with his vehicle mode. One of them is putting the skis on the front. Although the skis that come with them are black, and on the packaging it shows it in a gray. And he transforms in 18 steps. Before we get into looking at Cliffjumper, he does have the insert here. And if you take your little red code decoder thing here, and it says Dead Universe. So that is what comes with Cliffjumper. Dead Universe. That's pretty cool. Anyways, so getting to the main event here. So yeah, here he is, Cliffjumper. He's a cool little vehicle mode. Got some nice painted rims there. Some nice silver detail on the front lights here. A little bit of black paint there. Not a whole lot in vehicle mode. This is all painted black. You got the transparent light blue plastic for the windows. You can see right through. On the bottom, he tucks away pretty nicely as far as transformation. Pretty clean. You got a nice Autobot tampograph there on the front of the hood there. And a tiny little bit of just molded detail, if you want to call it that. Just kind of some panel lines and stuff. For size comparison, here he is with Earthrise hoist. Let's bring in the hoist here. So you can see the size comparison. Calling this guy a deluxe is a stretch. It's a real stretch. But anyways, there's a size comparison with him, and here's the size comparison of Power of the Prime's Beachcomber. Just kind of give you a rough idea of the size of these guys. So Beachcomber is just a tiny bit shorter than Cliffjumper. So, anyways, what he comes with these tiny little ski things here, which also double as the cannon sort of tripod when it's in cannon mode. One of the things, again, that kind of hindered me or kind of put me off about this is, of course, the parts forming aspect of this figure. And all the kind of little pieces. You also do get these really nice, the cannon that combines here into two little guns, which are really nice, really well done here. And those can be put together in any configuration here. And it can make the cannon like that. So that forms his cannon. And you also get this one little, let's put all these pieces down here. You also get this one little part, which I'm not quite sure what to do with. It kind of folds up. I guess it can be, you can plug it in to have an extra long, an extra long gun or something. Not really, it doesn't really serve a purpose. It's just kind of an extra piece. But the one thing that you can do is store this underneath. So you have the peg hole here. You can put it like that in there. And then there's two little nubs here that kind of fit in under his fists under the car mode there. Excuse me. That clip in right like that. And then what you can do is put these little ski things. I guess there was a episode in the G1 show that he had skis, and these do fit in right here. And another kind of gripe I have is these are not, if these wells were recessed a little bit more, they would stay in a little bit better. As it is now, they're really kind of well, besides being on the wrong side, they're a little shallow for what they are, is what I was trying to say here. So if we put these in here, I mean, they do stay in, but you know, if you kind of just not, I mean, it's really easy if you just kind of just knock it about. It comes off easily. So it's kind of another little gripe I have. Again, I kind of store him this way when he's in vehicle mode because it's just easy. But yeah, so there's the sort of ski, whatever you want to call it, the ski mode, ski jump mode. And then of course you can store this massive cannon on the top there. There are no other ports on him except that top port, so it would have been kind of nice if there was another one maybe on the sides, or you could kind of put him, you know, a gun on each side like that. But as it is, there's only one here. So that's something you can do. And there are many sort of iterations of what you can do with these pieces. Let's just get it into off there. So basically, yeah, you fold that back up. That goes on the end. And then these, again, these little pieces clip in on the sides here. There's little slots here. And again, now in this mode, they stay on just fine. It's just in the vehicle mode, they tend to fall off. So there's his actual, you know, the rifle. That I think is in that first G1 episode, where him and, God, was it Hoist? It was him and someone were up on the mountain, and Cliffjumper had the huge rifle pointed at the Decepticons when they were building their base there. So yeah, that's like straight out of the G1 episode. So anyways, a cool, I mean, out of everything, I actually think this cannon kind of steals the show. It's really nice. It's a really cool weapon. And him being just such a little figure, it's kind of funny having him wield this huge cannon. Anyways, so there he is in vehicle mode. And let's just get him into robot mode. I will just show you one thing. Now, the fists of the robot kind of peg into these little posts in the back. So yeah, so this, I'm not going to actually show the transformation because I'm awful at it. But basically this whole back piece comes off. And you can see that the arms, the hands are holding onto those posts. So basically what that is there's his arms. Is that whole back piece comes off, and there is a little post here. And I've heard people say this is just a pain in the butt to get off. I mean, to get out, there's a little peg here. I'm not even going to attempt that. Anyways, it does double as like a shield and stuff. And kind of one more thing that I, you know, talking about the whole parts forming thing. I don't know how I feel about parts forming, to tell you the truth. I kind of wish they had integrated that into the actual figure. You know, once he is in robot mode, you can put it back on him. But I kind of wish they had just integrated it into the transformation. I know a lot of people feel the same way. I'm not like a huge, you know, like, oh my God, parts forming, blah, blah, blah. But it's, you know, I do agree with the people who say, listen, Transformers are supposed to transform from vehicle mode to robot mode in kind of one fell swoop, just, you know, with no excessive parts or parts forming, things like that. I do agree with that. But once we get him in robot mode, you'll see how cool he really is. So let's get him in robot mode. Okay, so here we have Cliffjumper in robot mode, and the transformation is pretty easy. I just transformed him once with the directions, and after that I pretty much remembered how to do it. It's pretty intuitive, very easy. So let's take a quick look at him up close. The one thing I do wish, you had that nice Autobot logo on the car mode and the vehicle mode. I kind of wish there was something here. It looks just a little bare. I kind of wish there was at least just a little bit of an Autobot logo or something there. Anyways, getting in close on the head sculpt, you do, there are some blue painted eyes under there. Really nice silver paint on the face. Very classic Cliffjumper look with the horns. Very nice head sculpt all around. Other than that, yeah, a lot of just red and black, not a whole lot of detail or paint apps. Pretty much what you see is what you get. And there are two kind of configurations you can put him in. Okay, this is without the backpack here. So if you take the back of the car and you flip out this peg here, which was a pain in the butt to get out, by the way, it does peg in right here. So you can have that look. You can kind of have him having his backpack there, and it does have a little movement. You can kind of put it up or down like that. I kind of just like smush it in so it's kind of flush with this part here. So there he is, complete. Now articulation. Actually, before we get into articulation, let's do size comparison with him. I'll bring in Beachcomber. So he's, yeah, in robot mode, he's a little bit taller than Beachcomber. Beachcomber's a little short. And I have the first masterpiece Bumblebee here, and actually that's, I mean, obviously Bumblebee's a little bit bigger, but they don't scale too bad. Don't scale too badly. I still like this Bumblebee masterpiece better than the one that they came out with, the cartoon version. I don't know. I just like this guy better. So yeah, there they are. And who knows if we're gonna get a repaint of Cliffjumper as Bumblebee. It's likely, but who knows? Anyways, articulation wise, head is on a ball joint and can move 360. Kind of limited articulation, a little bit up and down. Does have a little bit of movement there. Arms can go all the way around. You got the shoulder joint. You have the bicep swivel. You have about a little more than about 90 degrees at the elbow. There is a full 360 for the transformation in the waist. His legs can go out. They can go forward, they can go back. He has about 90 degrees at the knee, and huge ankle tilt. This guy is highly posable. He can get in some really cool, you can do the full splits like that. So yeah, he's, I will give this figure one thing. It's highly articulated, and there's a really lot of posability. So that is great. Here he is with his big honkin' cannon here, so you can have him holding it like so. You can have him holding that. Unfortunately, you can't really reach across to hold the other side. You can kind of make it work. I guess you can kind of have him holding that. But anyways, yeah, he can hold that. I kind of like this cannon without these parts here. I tend to just take those off and just have him holding it like this. So yeah, he's highly posable. I'm not really good at posing on camera, but yeah, he's highly posable, so he can hold that. And there are some other ports. There's one on the side of his arm here, which is a little strange. Actually, do I have his? No, that's right. Thought I had his arm backwards, but actually the port is on the inside of his arm, so I'm not sure. I guess you can plug it in like that. I don't know. It's kind of weird. But this one's on the outside for some reason. I don't know why. Other than that, he has ports on the bottom of his feet, like a lot of the other figures, and that's about it. And he does have that back port, which is on top of the car. I guess you could have him holding it like that. It looks kind of silly though. Also, another thing you can do, let's get him stood up, is just take this back piece off, separate these two, and he can have, I kind of like this look as well. Just having him with the double blasters. This is kind of a cool look. I really like that look. So, anyways, yeah, Cliffjumper is cool. I am glad I picked him up. I was very hesitant to even get him at first. I was just, again, the parts forming thing, kind of a lot of accessories. You're kind of left with a lot of these things here. It could easily be lost, especially these little small ski pieces. Also, the back of the car that kind of pegs in as a backpack. Kind of wish they had integrated that into the transformation. Again, it's not a huge deal breaker. Again, what makes up for it is the posability and the accessories, including the cool painted silver cannon. The articulation is great, very posable. Transformation's fun, easy. It's definitely a fun toy to fool around with. I just worry that I'm going to lose those little pieces if I don't keep them on him somehow. And as far as storage and robot mode, there's not a whole lot of. I don't think this piece, you know, you can kind of plug in on the back there, give him a tail. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of storage for these pieces. I don't think there's any storage for these, you know, besides on the gun part. So that's kind of a bummer. But all in all, I would definitely recommend this figure. Once I got him in hand, started playing with him, I was having a lot of fun with him, and I am glad I picked him up, and I'm glad he is part of the Earthrise, my Earthrise collection. So anyways, for Earthrise Cliffjumper, this has been Matt in Japan. Thanks for watching.